So what I've been noticing lately, that's a new trick that they have, is that whenever I try to make a selfie or a video of me, first um, collecting the damage that they do that I make visible on Facebook, of the bruises and the swellings and the sagging of the skin and all the wreckage that they do to an individual. That when I now try to, because when you sleep you heal, and I try to record that as well, to show the actual, transformation after the attacks, and basically the line that when you start to heal, they start to attack again. And but what I've been realizing is that when I do that and I start to heal, and the moment that I start to record that I'm healing, they sent me a feeling of disgust, basically, to look at myself. When I look at myself, I am overwhelmed by disgust. And that is a very unnatural response to the fact that your face is healing again. I know that they'll come back and try to attack me, my looks again. Not that I'm all that pretty, but they certainly don't want me normal, and they certainly don't want me to enjoy my own appearance. Yeah, and I'm here to tell that I see the trick and I won't buy it, because even if I grew old naturally, this is not natural. This is by their doing, and the bruises are by their doing, and by the sagging is by their doing. So I know myself, and it's not about looks. It's not at all about looks, because I don't mind growing older. Not at all. I have an adoration of older faces, which make beautiful photographs, which have an entire life. That is portrayed in every line on that beautiful face, with full of lines. But yeah, these lines are not natural, and it's basically not about the lines, but about the damage that an invisible power can do to make it or break a person. And when I show all this damage done to a person, then it's let that be the message, and let the message be as well that it's visible what they do to a person, and on the outside, what it's done on the inside is not made visible yet. Then in the first year, the EEG scan showed up okay, but it needs to be, because the Dutch doctors can't read it just yet. They have not been educated in reading the QEEG scan for damage by the weapons, basically. So I need to send that at one point, the QEEG scan that I do have. I need to send that abroad, and to a doctor that has learned to read Havana syndrome damage. At one point I need to save up for that one. But that's the issue. The visible damage is being shown by lines and mutilations and bruises, but internal in the brain, the Havana syndrome consists of multiple bruises within the bruises, so multiple concussions within a concussion, and that's what I'd like to share with the world, that the internal damage, physical damage, is tremendous and can make a person die if the bleeding starts. And I don't think that message has come across just yet. how serious the targeted individual story actually is. It's life-threatening, and not just wrecking lives by taking away everything you enjoy, or everything that you can even create a livelihood with. But wrecking basically everything and taking bit by bit and taking your I know, self-love, self-respect. It's not just the love from outside that you no longer seem to get, that they withhold from us, everything beautiful they withhold from us, which is torture in itself. The Wikipedia actually has quite an accurate list on what torture is about, and very you can learn a great deal from that one, and how much is visible already in society as a whole. And even with the whole C19 story, that they would place the elderly apart for months in a row with isolation, is, if you start to read the wiki torture page, and then the fact that they did that to the elderly, it broke my heart just knowing that they did that to them already. But when you read the psychological damage that isolation does for people that are extremely violent already, and then you take an elderly of 80, perhaps with dementia, and set it apart, and the damage is tremendous what that does to people. And I hope the world will never come to that again. But read that page and learn from it, because there's a lot to learn from it. And a lot is being, basically everything is being packed in the targeted individual targeting, everything. So we suffer a great deal, but we're still standing. Some of us are, we're not strong enough, and we lost those. So it's a lot, and I really don't see that, and I don't know why that is, because if someone is showing that the damage that is being done, and there are people that have shown their EEG scans, like Len Bear, that did get that extra research on the EEG scan, quantum EEG scan, as to the damage that you can actually almost look at that brain scan, like you can see where the lasers have been to create lesions in the brain. And I don't know why the message that we are portraying when we are posting on Facebook, I'm being shot at my brain again, why the world isn't in turmoil by that. That's the part I don't understand. There should be panic, to say the least. And we're keeping strong, and we're keeping a lot of things that they're doing to us psychologically as well away from you, because it's too heavy. And I get it that it's not your favorite Facebook message, but we are the canary in the coal mine, basically. And yeah, there's a lot of people suffering in silence, because they're being told to shut up. Even they did that with me on Facebook, and the police is giving me a big shut up by giving me a stop letter that I'm not allowed to email them about the atrocities anymore. Even though when you are when you are being tortured, you have the obligation to call that in. And when you witness torture with somebody else, you have the obligation to call that in. And they have the obligation to research that and stop that instantly, as fast as they can, with every method and means that they have. And they gave me a stop letter right before Christmas. So they're so not taking on their responsibility. And I will get back to that, because I'm not finished with them. They're just keeping me down with every night targeting, so that I cannot proceed with the road to justice. Um, but we'll get there. I just wanted to, I don't know, get this out there that people really have to take this seriously. We've really lost people to the ongoing attacks, and it was in a lecture from the army itself that it's not one shot that will kill a person, but it's the overdose of shooting that will. And that's exactly what we see around us. And they shoot mostly with people at one specific point so that it will be saturated, and the damage will be built up bit by bit, shot by shot. And it's in the PDF of NATO, Cognitive Warfare, the brain hacking as well. They'll just take people out, civilians, which is a war crime. You can't ever, ever, ever take in civilians in your warfare, ever. And they do it, and they do it. It's not even covert. It's in the PDF, and yeah, I want them held accountable. But then the world has to see how serious this is, and so. Yeah, when they can't get you to the physical, when they can't get you physical, they will try the psychological. And I don't know, they have so many tricks that undermine an individual that I think we should be on top of this. Really think we should be. I do hope to get some breaks to get to more research, and then even on the PDF of NATO Cognitive Warfare. Is that a war strategy? Or is that a warning? And if it's a war strategy, why would you attack civilians while you know it's against military law? There's one question we need to ask them, and we need to hold them responsible. And if it's a warning, then why are they not picking up on the all too many individuals that are stating that this is going on for decades? And why are they ignoring that? So I have many questions. I will start to research more once I had some more relief, and hopefully I will be a danger to them, and hopefully you'll join me. So a danger in a way of wisdom coming back to this world and taking action on war crimes. I hope I live to tell. And I hope I live to see whoever's doing this, the downfall. But we really have to share the message on the many tactics that they use. And yeah, playing on the emotions and making one disgust of oneself appears to be another one that I didn't get just yet. So a heads up on what they do. Okay, bless your hearts and have an amazing weekend. And yeah, united we stand.